Okay, everybody, welcome to the midweek review for day traders versus for the Wednesday, December the 17th, 2025. Today, uh today we had FOMC Speaker Waller speak, and then tonight we have Trump speaking tonight. Yesterday we had retail sales unemployment rate came in higher than expected. Had PMI also higher than a little somewhat off. They expected 54, came in at 52. We had retail sales flat. They were expecting a 0.1% gain. We had non-farm employment come in at 64K, even though we are actually down on the reported jobs that we were supposed to be expecting. Core retail sale came in at 0.4%. Hourly earnings are down 0.1%. And then we had non-farm payroll for October, which was minus 105,000 jobs. So we are not really looking good on the job front. We've actually lost about 1.8, roughly 1.8 million jobs in the market this year. Uh, Hourly earnings for October were up 0.4%. And ADP, the private sector jobs in October were only 16,000 jobs. So it's not the great economy that we were actually, well, that we were told that we would get based off of the big, beautiful bill or whatnot. And, you know, based off of the POTUS, you know, stating that we would have a great economy is actually going in the opposite direction. Um, for many of us middle to low income families, it is what they call a K-shaped economy, where you have one sector of the economy going this way, and the other sector of the economy going that way. And one sector is going up and the other sector is going down. That's your low to middle to income homes, and your top 1%, 5% earners, their income is actually climbing right now. So that's the economy we're in right now, where we're seeing those type of things happen. And I think that that's more of a reason why we need to all focus on our trading even more so than we have been, uh, because really nobody's coming to save us at this point, and we have a skill set that can earn us exponential amounts of money with no cap on it. And I think we need to dive in on that. So that's my opinion on that. We have earnings for the rest of the week. No big major names. We just a couple of companies that we might want to take a look out for. Some ones that stand out are Nike and FedEx, CarMax, and Micron that reported after after the close today. No, no options trades of late, and still maintaining the Neo trade. That one's kind of not going in the direction we wanted to go in, but it's okay on that one. And then we close out with Carnival and Paychecks, and uh, that'll round out the week or whatnot. So um, we'll have go ahead and have a look at what's already taken place. A couple things I wanted to kind of point out, just how smooth the dollar has been versus our projections. Dollar was either going to open up bullish or it was going to open up bearish. And if it opened up bearish, we would take out this low, trade into this weekly order block. And worst case scenario, we end up inside of this daily price gap, and you can take a look and see we've pretty much traded down. We took out this low, traded into the weekly order block, and the other we had our 0 to 1, we had our 1 to 2, we had our 2 to 3. Our 2 to 3 stopped us inside of the high, at the high of this price gap, right at 97.955. We came pretty much almost at the midway of this, and then we bounced. If you are taking this 3-4 move, anytime you see we taking this 3-4 move and we see that we are in a position where we could be taking this up higher, what I want you to do is understand this is a brand new setup right here. It's a brand new setup. And I'm just showing you on dollar that's the case, right? So in a situation like this, we've already taken liquidity. We took this low and this low, and this is our order block down here. You can see it on the higher time frame. Maybe on the lower time frame, you can see it a little better. You have these series of down closed candles. And then on you, what you got to do at that point is you understand we just took liquidity. There should be an order block somewhere with a fair value gap in there to give us our setup, right? There's the fair value gap inside the order block. We trade through it right here on these candles. We got we don't have a fair value gap in this situation until you go down to like maybe the 5 minute or the 1 minute. There's a there's one right here. There's one right here. And then this is really the one that they use, right? But there's some other factors you could trade this as well, right? I'll show you guys like for Anna and Treese sometimes, and I don't want to really like Raji and Cars, don't worry about this, but Anna and Treese, you see how we got our fair value gap that got inverted? And we do have our
Gap.
our gap right here.
Mm-hmm.
You can use this gap the same way you would use the fair value gap.
Yeah.
This is a volume imbalance right here.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll notice a volume imbalance because there'll be a little gap, but it'll have the wicks right here, like this. And then you trade it the same way. You just take take this and extend it out, and you'll get the same result. Same thing the same way you would trade the fair value gap, you would trade this volume imbalance the same way. You would look for your entry inside here somewhere. Your stop loss would be below this low. And then your first target would be here or here. And then your next targets would be above these highs right here. Cool beans?
Yeah.
So
Corey,
sometimes
I got a question about what you just said.
that's what I was saying. This ain't really for you. This more advanced. But you can ask the question, but this
Yeah,
ain't.
yeah. So, okay, I just noticed that I ain't worried about the that price imbalance that you were talking about. I just noticed that you're looking on the 15-minute counter, right?
Yep.
So if you are looking for entry on a setup like this time frame that you're looking at, is this going to be for a highly volatile move that you're looking for, like within that 15-minute time frame, or just an entry point that you're looking for?
That's the entry. So I'm building my setup based off of the fact that on the higher time frame, I'm looking at the 1 hour right now. There's liquidity here, liquidity here. We got equal lows. We trading into a bullish point of interest, a weekly order block. and we have a bullish price gap. Even though we selling off, we already made 0 to 1, we made 1 2, and we making 2 3. Even though we selling off, I know that we coming into an area we can see a reversal, a buy from, even though we selling. So if the opportunity present itself and I see that I get liquidity being swept, I get an order block inside of an area that's already possible for us to buy from, I can look at potentially taking a reversal trade. But I need to find where I get my order block with the fair value gap inside of it. Then I need to see it get inverted. It does it right here. Then I need to see something, fair value gap, that give us a setup. We got it right here. This is the fair value gap. And you can extend this out with all three of these candles right here. And then now I'm just waiting for it to come back in there right here with confirmation. My stop loss go here. My entry is around these candles. My target is this high initially, this high, and this high. And then we taking that out. If we can get up here, that would have been the main goal right here. Got it?
Yeah, it's real clear now.
Okay. So now, where we
And
gonna look at?
like this setup happens on new week opening gap also on daily, right? So that's why this is more like perfect setup.
Yep, this is a gap
Mm-hmm.
right here. That's why this is a possibly a good setup.
Reversal. Yeah, reversal. We are looking reversal in that support area.
Yep, because this is coming off of the daily chart.
Mm-hmm.
We got a gap right here. And this is telling us like, hey, this could possibly go. I drew this gap from the close to the opening of this day and extended it out. Most of the time, people would have drawn it from right here to here. That's okay. Either one is okay. But
Yeah.
because we still come down to this area. That's the important part
I did same like that open portion only.
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So now, looking at this chart, you see we came to this gap
Mm-hmm.
already. And then we took out this daily high, this daily high, this daily high, and now we came to this gap. So now, where are we likely to go? We closed back inside of this candle. So we pushed all the way up and then we closed back inside of the Monday's candle. So it's kind of 50-50. We kind of ranging right now. So we don't really have a true direction, even though we took out these highs. Because even though we took out these highs, we ended up trading to a bearish point of interest right here. And then we rejected it and left this wick and then traded back in the body. So it's a 50-50 day right here. So if I'm looking at a 50-50 day on dollar, I'm still leaning towards gold to go into the direction that we already see gold going into it. So if it's a 50-50 day and we plan on ranging on dollar and we don't take out a high or a low, that gives gold the room to continue to push higher. So with that being said, let's look at what we could see, right? So we already sold off from this point of interest, the daily price gap. That's that gap we traded to above and where we got this big wick. So we can just pull this on over. We're gonna base this off the last hourly close, which is here. And if we get our 0 to 1, this low is our target. This order block should set the low right here. Should. Not saying that it's going to, but it should. If we get a 1 to 2 move, whatever move we get to the downside, it should push inside of there and then set the rejection to go lower. And either we trade and hold this low or we take it out when we get our 2 to 3 move. Or the 2 to 3 move can't go below this order block right here. So it's a couple scenarios. We go ahead and get our 2-3 move to push down and set this low or equal low, or we can't trade below this order block and we only make the high right here. So I'm gonna put this right here for now, but knowing that we could take this low out, right? And if we do make the 2 to 3 move, our 3-4 retracement should be holding somewhere along this level, right around 98, 200 level. We'll pull this even higher. And again, we could get a bounce from there, just like we could get a bounce from here off of our 1 to 2 move. That's a weak area, so I'm not really looking for that to hold, but we could. And if we don't get this bounce on the 3-4, and we do get a 4-5 retracement, that means we take out this low and we trade lower into this daily price gap and possibly into this daily fair value gap. If we get a bullish move for some reason, right? That means that this little area right here, probably can't see it, but it is a fair value gap on going to the downside. And you can see it on the 4-hour chart right here. That means that this would need to get inverted. And then if this gets inverted, that means that our 0 to 1 move trades above this fair value gap right here. Nah, I wasn't going to draw it, but I will. It's bearish fair value gap. That means that this 0 to 1 has traded above this fair value gap, and now we are using it to go higher. And first target should be to take this out. The next target should be to take this area out. And then you can also see that we have another 4-hour fair value gap. I'm going to go ahead and extend that out as well. And we should be coming into this area where primarily we look, since we got the high right here, primarily we'll probably come to the midway point if that is the case. If we do manage to go higher from here, we'll either use this daily bearish gap to push us higher, or we're going to use this 4-hour fair value gap to take us higher. Make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Ari.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Hey, Ari. All right, let me get a screenshot of this. It's DXY. And then I'm going to drop it in the group. I really, really like how dollar did against our projections this week, because it was spot on. Gold pretty much did the same thing, but it was consolidating a little more than expected. So hold on, let me take a sip of this tea. What I failed to mention was it's similar to what we said before. This has a fair value gap to the downside, and if we make our 0 to 1 move, we would need to invert that and then use that to trade higher. And I didn't mention that. And it was a couple of, and I apologize for that. But in this case, we tried to use it and we didn't really use it. We just kind of went sideways. We pushed up, we made our 0 to 1, but we didn't take out the high. And when we didn't take out the high, we just end up selling off and then going sideways back and forth. So I still think we got a chance to go higher on gold. Uh, right now, we're inside of an order block from the daily where we already pretty much bounced off the low. We already traded above the midway point, and we haven't quite got to the high of it yet. So I think that now we got equal highs up here pretty much. I think we'll go ahead and try to take those highs out. So with that being said, based off of the close on our 1 hour close on yesterday, and just for purpose of just seeing that, right? So this is that daily order block right here, this last up close candle. We already traded almost to the top of it right here on this candle. And then we got this big engulfing candle right here. So the likelihood of us taking out this low is not very high. Worst case scenario, we do maybe come down here, but there should be something right around 43.50 that holds us up. There's an order block right here that would be suffice on the 4 hour. And then on the 1 hour, you can see the same thing right here. So I think that'll end up holding us up at 43.50 area. And then if we do, we end up trading out above this high at 43.88 area, 43.90 area. And then we got the all-time high as a target. And then once we get above this all-time high, we can probably see that eventually, let's just say 44.50, 44.60 area, and then like the 4500 area or 44.90 area. But we could see it go higher because once you're up here, you are making new numbers. You're doing new numbers at that point. So if we do manage to get a sell-off, our I don't think we need these. I don't think we need to be worried about a bounce on this. We could get a bounce, but I'm not really going to look for that. I think we either pushing up or we push down. If we do push down, you can see we got liquidity through these lows right here. And you do got an order block, fair value gap set up right here where you can see there's your inverted fair value gap right here. And then inside of that, you got this combination of fair value gaps right here, all on the 1 hour. That's overlapping pretty much right here. So I take that back. Maybe we do get a sell off and we get a bounce around here. Yeah, see that. And that'll bring us basically back at the weekly, which lines up with us ranging all this week and for the most part. So that would make sense. So I take that back. Then worst case scenario, we do come back down to the low of this order block and maybe we get a bounce off of there. And again, if we do, we still target the all-time high. So if we do come down here, maybe look for a buy setup around our 1 to 2 or our 3-4 move. Worst case scenario, we come down into this daily fair value gap. But this is what I like for gold. That's what I like for gold. We pretty much ranging inside of an order block right now. And with us ranging inside of this order block, because dollar is pretty much ranging as well, but we did have an extension higher on gold. So that's what I'm gonna be looking for. That makes sense.
Yep.
I hope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, make plenty of sense.
How you been doing in that demo account, Raji?
I'm doing pretty good. Actually, I'm in that gold. In that, I'm taking that gold trade right now. I'm in it. I'm up about $31 in it right now.
You in the buy?
Yeah.
Where was your entry?
Let's see.
So you liking gold.
Hmm.
Okay.
I was in the dollar too. I took a short on dollar, so I'm up about $10 on that.
You really normally won't trade dollar in
Yeah.
reality. You won't actually
Yeah.
trade dollar. You're just gonna use dollar as a
As
guide for you
a
to
to go.
trade gold.
Okay. Okay. This is what I'm trying to see.
Um, I'm gonna keep pushing while you look for that though.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So we have Dow, and I also missed this, which I mean I got it on the chart, but I did not recognize this as a potential setup because uh I don't know why I didn't add this on the setup, but we had this fair value gap, and again, the logic is if we come into this, this is bearish. So we got to understand if it's coming in here, it could sell off as well, right? So when we started to make our 0 to 1 and we didn't take out this high, we actually failed inside of the fair value gap. And even though we got a partial move on the 0 to 1, our 1 to 2 end up selling off to our downside move from here. And then we got a 1 to 2 on the downside move, and then we got a 2-3 move on YM. So we end up, it did end up playing out, but we could have been looking at it from inside of here, where overnight Monday, we were low liquidity throughout Monday. And then we open up on the market open at 9 o'clock, 9:30 time frame, and we sold off from there. Right? So then this started our bearish move from inside of here instead of it just starting down here, which is okay because if you guys recognize this is still a fair value gap to the downside that we could still be seeing that still remember that we could be selling off in here. So pardon me for that. It's been janky week on the charts for me. And just like we had before, uh, hold on 1 second. Let me try this out. This is our all-time high. We still like hovering towards our all-time high on Dow Jones. It's still got the potential. That's going to be the first one of the indices to make a new all-time high if we do make it, right? But you can see once we sold off from here, we had our 0, 1, our 2, 1, 2 inside of this daily fair value gap. We have pretty much slowly came down to pretty much our 3 level, but we had a couple extra swings in here. This kind of went sideways once we got around our 1 area, and then we got our 2, 3 right here, but then we went sideways again. And then you can see we've traded below this daily fair value gap, and now we need to determine how we're going to resolve this fair value gap. So if we do, using the close from yesterday, just like we said before, there is a fair value gap right here, a small one on the 1 hour. First thing we need to do is deal with this. And once we deal with this, either we sell off from here, so I'll just go ahead and put a little small sell from here. We can sell off from here. And then, if we do, we take this low. If we don't, sell off from here, we trade above this and we use this to go higher. And then we also have this as inverted now. So this could be a bearish move, or this could be a move to the hold to the upside. So it's still 50-50. I'm not ready to invert it yet because this is a daily and these are just wicks on this right now. So if we look at the daily and we look at that bearish, bullish fair value gap, maybe it was on the weekly. Where am I getting that from? So it was actually it was a 4 hour. Let me see that again. So it's here to here. Hold on. Okay, I see it. So the fair value gap is from this candle to this candle right here. I just included this gap in there. So now we got another gap too. So let's actually put that on the chart as well. We don't need this hourly fair value gap. We're gonna put this gap on there because that's higher time frame. Beat that. Okay. So now when we go to the 1 hour, you can see that same area line up with our 1 hour fair value gap that we were just mentioning. So I'd rather deal with the higher time frame stuff than to deal with this lower time frame. So if we come in here and we sell off from here, now we know why, because it's coming from that daily gap, right? We can include this 1 hour fair value gap too, but priority goes to that daily gap. So I'll leave it on there, but priority goes to this level. So if we are going to go higher, we need to push up above this, hold it, and then push higher. Then we take this target and we take this high. And then you can see we come back into another fair value gap at our 3 level. And then if we are just going to keep pushing up, then we have a 3-4 move that gives us this 4-5 to go higher to take out the high. Also, at 9 o'clock p.m., we do have Trump speaking. So some of this could change course because we do have him speaking. We know that with him speaking, that he could announce something and that could change up how all of this looks. So pay attention to the charts after 9 o'clock. I'm not saying get in the trade or anything, but just understand that there could be something taking place. Our move to the downside, 0 to 1, takes us below this low, or we bounce off the monthly and we reverse higher. Our 2-3 move takes us down to roughly this 1 hour, 4 hour fair value gap that's been hanging out around here for a few weeks, a week or so. And that also has an inverted fair value gap as well inside of it as well, that we could possibly trade into. Let me just extend this out a little more. And then let me get rid of this. So overall, this is kind of what I want to see. This is a previous day low right here that we could end up targeting right here as liquidity and right here. But I'm just going to focus on this one. I think this, no, that's not previous week low. Actually, we got 2 levels of liquidity right here. Let's just try this out. This will be our area. Since those are so close, this is what we're looking at for that. And then this, since it's right here, I'm just gonna kind of just put this over here because that's like a third setup right there. Okay, that makes sense. You guys comprehending? Any questions on that? I think y'all got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey, everything good. On that goal, I got in at 4,300.54
On which one?
on goal.
Go. Let me go to it. I want to see where it is.
Mhm.
That's Dow. You said you got it on. Got in where?
Yeah, 4,300.54.
Okay, so you on what gold chart are you on?
CFDs on goal.
You must be on the regular chart. Send me a screenshot
Okay.
so I can see what it looked like. All right, NQ. NQ looks similar to Dow. We had the same situation that I didn't cover. Like I said, I apologize. But on our move, the logic was that if we came in here, if we're gonna go higher, we should push up and hold. What I didn't interpret on here is that if it came in here, it could also sell. And then that would have been our high inside of here. And then that would have gave us the rest of the downside move. And then you can also see we inside of this huge 4 hour inverted fair value gap. So we coming down to a couple levels. So instead of it just selling off on the open and we come down and get this move down, we pushed up 0 to 1 on the upside, but the 0 to 1 move stalled near this midway point and then sold off to give us the downside move, which that's basically what we got right here. We pushed up, got halfway into this 0 to 1. Then we start to sell off from here Then we got our 0 to 1 to the downside. We got a 2-3 retracement right here. I mean 1-2 retracement here. And then we got a 2-3 move down here. So it's okay that that happened because I know a lot of y'all was still looking at the sale. So that's the most important part, that y'all saw that it was bearish market this week. Now you can already see the 4-hour look the best. We have a bearish fair value gap already on the downside. In the middle of this inverted fair value gap. And I'm gonna take the background off of this so we can see it a little better. All right. Okay. So just like before, if we push up, we need to invert this and trade higher. We target this high, and then the monthly, right? Easy peasy. If we push inside of here and we cannot hold it, we should sell off in here. And then that's when you start looking at the targets we create based off of our sell move. If we just sell off, we go ahead, take out this low. And then if we scroll to the left, we can already see there's another low right here. We'll go ahead and extend him out. I figured it was one right here. This is your next draw liquidity right here. This is a previous day low. I don't know. Is this Tuesday? All right, so that's a previous day low. And then you can see we got an order block right here and here. So if we get down there, just like any other situation, just like any other situation, once we sweep liquidity, we know that we could get a bounce from there, right? Once we sweep this liquidity, we could always get a bounce near this low. What's near 3? Let's look and see what's near 3. Weekly fair value gap. Oh, but we can reuse this again, right? We already used it. That 3 could come in here, bounce off of there. So that's why we are going to target that, right? And again, we could sell off from in here. We could continue to sell off in the middle around this fair value gap. So I'm just going to pull him off to the side and knowing that we could just sell off in there. So the bullish scenario is we push up, invert this fair value gap, 4-hour fair value gap, and go higher. We target this high, this high, this high. Another bullish scenario is if we do take this liquidity on the 0 to 1 move to the downside, we are inside of an order block if we come in here after we sweep this low, and we're also inside of this inverted fair value gap, and we could bounce from here on the 1 to 2. If we get a new setup on the 1 to 2, look for the order block, the fair value gap, inverted, bullish fair value gap, entry. Same thing down here. If we don't get it here, that means we get a 2-3 sell-off right here. If we get a 2-3 sell-off right here, then we traded into that weekly fair value gap, and I'm gonna go ahead and extend that out. That means we've traded into this. Again, we would have swept liquidity. That means we swept all these two levels of liquidity. If we see a potential for a bullish situation, this is where it would come from. That doesn't mean that it have to, but this is where it would come from. And then you repeat the cycle after that. You look for the same thing over and over. Then if we do get the setup, that means the 3-4 setup gonna give us a move higher. And then that's what we'll look for. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah. So I have a question.
Yep.
You are still in MNQZ, right? This
MNQZ. They switched over?
means I don't know. Today morning when I started, nothing was working on my laptop, even on Top Step also. So I changed everything. So after that, it has started to work. Now I am seeing you are still in Z. Uh,
Um, Let me just double check.
yeah. This week, anyway, we are going to change, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Mhm.
The contract changeover was nope, they already so
I about to say that I thought I already
yeah,
changed.
they already in H.
Yeah. MNQH. Mhm.
Yep, they in H. So I'm glad you said so.
I thought maybe I made mistake. Means
No, no. You y'all know I've been out of it this week. So
no, no. Today is Wednesday, right? So I thought it should be changed on Friday.
nah. They already usually they'll change it ahead of time.
Okay. It's
And
nothing
they'll
like
usually
Friday. The last means third week Friday. Nothing like that, right? Only
yeah.
third week.
Yeah, they'll usually change it over early.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then another thing, I saw that Topstep was having some issues this week too. So
Yeah, I had to in morning time
uh,
about 9:30 to
yeah,
10:15. Yeah, it was there.
yesterday and day before, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think they said they were going to refund any trades that you if you had any issues or whatnot. So,
Oh.
what's going on? Current contract. No, that's not it. Hang on. That's not it. Interesting. Give me 1 second. Hmm. It's not opening my watch list. That's right. What was going on?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. All right. So I need to update this. Interesting. Give me 1 second. Sorry about this, y'all.
It's okay.
Like all my charts were out of order. So, all right. So we need to get YM again. It's still going to be similar though, just different numbers. And then this one, different contract with similar numbers. I'm not gonna do it over. I take that back. I'm just gonna you the charts are gonna be the same. It's just gonna be different numbers, okay? And then next week when I give out, I'll mark up the new contract. But it's gonna pretty much be the same numbers though. Because this the new contract, we still have the fair value gap. We don't have the gap right here like we had on there, but we do have the fair value gap. So even though we don't have that gap, we still got the fair value gap. So it'll be the same way for once we get up around this area. If we get up here, we could sell off or we invert this, push up higher. There's the high, that's the target, and then the all-time high. We still got our liquidity right here. If we do sell off, we take this, we take that, and we trade down into our gap area right here. So it's pretty much the same, just different numbers, but good catch on that. I didn't recognize it. I'm gonna go ahead and continue with these the same way too. So we'll just note that the numbers will be different, but the setup will be the same.
Yeah, actually, that pulled my attention actually. I was looking like your number was different, mine was different. Then I realized you were in H. Means I am in H and you are in Z.
Yep, yep. Numbers different, chart the same.
Yeah.
You still got the same setups, same, everything will be the same. So
Mm-hmm.
you just need to look for the broker numbers to be different when you actually
Yeah.
take the trade. So, but next time I mark it up, we will have a different one. ES, looking at ES, this is from our previous setup. Same thing as I said before, we should have been looking at this to potentially sell just as we were looking at for a buy. We sold off inside right around the middle. We took out this low. We took out the low that we had over here, and then we traded down into this 4-hour fair value gap. So this is our sell-off. We came down, took out the low, took out this low. We tried to bounce right here. This pretty much didn't really give a 2-3 move, even though it did, but because once we got into this 2-3 area, we just kind of went sideways. Then it just started to sell off down into that 4-hour fair value gap. So now we just kind of pause right here. And then once we pause, you can see we already took out this liquidity. We don't need this no more. Took out that liquidity. We traded into this gap. There's a low right here. That's a low, a previous day low, just like we had on in Q. That previous day low is sitting right around the middle of this inverted fair value gap. So with that being said, we know that that's going to be a point of interest that we need to pay attention to. Previous day low right here. So if we get a downside target, that's what we're going to look for. Then you can look at the daily. Look at the daily. We got a gap right here. We'll go ahead and annotate that. And that'll be the upside draw. We also have, you see on the 4 hour too, we got a fair value gap to the downside too. So that's here. If we come in here, we could sell off in here. So that's where this little rejection will come from. Worst case scenario, we push up to the high, we sell off, we come down in here, we target this low. Right? If we start to sell off immediately, we know we got a little small little area order block right here. But overall, we will look to take out this low we just made. And then this area has, we need to pay attention to this middle upper quadrant right here. This big inverted fair value gap, you know, we can break this down into two more levels. And since we don't have a low right there, we do have this upper quadrant right here at the 0.25 area. Let's get rid of the background. You see this 0.25 area is the 66.98. That's the upper quadrant of this inverted fair value gap. There's 4 levels: low, middle, high, and then you can break the middle and the high in half, and then you can break the low and the middle in half. That's another level you can include too. So that's where we want to look at, see how we respond to that level. 3-4 move is the upside move I would be looking for, because we would be actually taking liquidity right here. So if we start selling off, I would like to see us come down to the 3-4 move to take that liquidity by either trading the sell up inside of this fair value gap or just immediately selling off. Then you can also see we got a weekly gap, new week opening gap that we got down here as well. So we're going to go ahead and add that into the mix too. So those are our downside targets. If for some reason we do open up for the buy and we push up overnight, it's going to be the same situation. Whereas we could see our 0-0-1 move push above this fair value gap, hold inside, and then go ahead and take out these equal highs right here that we got right here. Relatively equal highs right here. Then you can see we come into this monthly and the weekly price level, and we got this 1 hour fair value gap. And then if we keep pushing up, we get towards the all-time high, but I don't see that yet. unless Trump say something around this 9 o'clock meeting tonight that moves the market. So that is how we're gonna look at this week, the rest of the week of trading. Let me give you this last one. Again, just remember, sorry about the numbers. I still got the old chart on here because I haven't traded this week. I've been sick and sorry about that this week. So I'm just coming on really to just make sure y'all got an idea what to look for, make sure y'all know, what the setups are because I'm out of it. I'm out of it, and I'm not gonna even push it. And I'm gonna go ahead and have the chart set up for you guys for next week too. So um okay. So I just dropped S&P. I just dropped the gold, dollar, NQ, and ES. Y'all got any anything else?
I'm good.
How you feeling, Anna?
Good. Better.
Better?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
All right. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here. And you guys just do your thing. I know what y'all doing. Proud of y'all making all these advances, man. Y'all doing it. Um Tree's been killing
We
it.
got a great teacher. Got a great coach.
Tree. Trees, you've been killing it, man. Anna, you've been killing it. Wale ain't been on here in a while, but I know he been killing. I've been talking to him, man. Give him some encouragement if y'all reach out to him at all. Um, and yeah, y'all know what to do.
Thank you so much.
Be careful the rest of this week. Oh, Sunday is gonna be the last call of the year. This
Mm.
Sunday.
Yeah.
We gonna go ahead and call it for the year. I'll I'll be out after that until January. The next call will be January the
Fourth.
huh?
Fourth. Sundays.
Nah,
First.
Now, could you still be out,
I'll be
right?
out still.
Okay.
I'll still be in the chat and stuff, and I'll still be responding to y'all, but the next call is gonna be either I think it's gonna be 14th. That's gonna be the 14th.
14. Okay.
Yep, the 14th.
Mm. Where are you
Okay.
going?
January 14th
Where are you going?
to Thailand.
Thailand. That is your second home now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Going to Thailand and then I'm going to Doha, gonna go to
Uh-huh.
Thailand and gonna go to Japan.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, yep, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna go see my cousin
Mm-hmm.
in Doha for Christmas.
Okay.
I'm gonna see Brent for Christmas, Raji, and go see his family over there in Doha. And then I'm gonna go to Thailand. Raji, my cousin, y'all.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him and Karis, both they my cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He Karis comes on as mom.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Tell, Yeah, tell Brent I said what's up when you get
I will.
there.
I will. I def
Huh?
I definitely will. I definitely will. He ain't even. I was gonna surprise him, but I had to make sure he was in town.
Yeah, otherwise you will be surprised.
I still would have went though. I like Doha, so
Mhm. Okay.
yeah.
Don't they have the Qatar airport in Doha?
Yep, that's the other way around. Doha Airport in Qatar.
Oh,
You right though.
Mhm.
So, yep, yep, yep.
How long y'all gonna be in Thailand, Corey?
I'll be there for 2 weeks. Chris will be there for maybe 3, 4 weeks.
Oh,
She
okay.
she gonna stay longer because we got some friends
Automated.
going.
Yeah, I know Roger. She tried to get back over there. She like it. She
What
trying to
y'all
move
waiting
over
on,
there.
man? What
Huh?
are y'all waiting on?
I'm the only thing I'm waiting on to get this down pat, Corey. Cause you gotta have something to do over
True,
I know that's right.
true story, man. That's what I'm gonna
there.
do, man. Once I'm back all the way, I'm gone, man.
I'm telling you.
I'm gone, man. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
He's
So,
taking 1,000 steps backwards in the U.S., so don't blame you.
boy, let me stop the recording.